本日もドラゴンエイジインクイジションの、実況を始めたいと思います。ストーリーミッション、メインの方のストーリーミッションを進めていこうかなと思ってるんですけども、そのまま前へ行ったらいいのかな。では、いつものように作戦会議に入ります。どこへ行けばいいのかという前に、もうでもそうです思ってます。
It was interesting to see how much has changed in Halam Shiral, and so little. Madame Méprise is a fixture. The sun will grow cold before she retires.
終わったものを順番に確認していきましょう。終わってはいないんですね。依頼できそうなので依頼しておきましょうか。
Inquisitor?
金額の値段。
Inquisitor.
Any news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things? No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
これで全部達成してしまったかな。依頼終わったかな。で、あと進めるべきはどこ行けばいいんでしょうね。ちょっと進めるための情報を確認してみます。ここに眠れるシーン、スカイホールドに戻り、顧問と話せ。顧問っていうのは誰のことでしょうか。顧問、この下にいるのかな。顧問というのはこのフロアですね。表の顧問って誰のことですか。ジョゼフィーヌは顧問じゃないですよね。
Bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was at Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was en masse, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
You don't see the Empress of Orlais almost killed in cold blood every day.
Not so brazenly, no. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Playing the game was thrilling. We did just make history.
Indeed. Tales of this affair have begun circulating in Val Royal. Although I do wish Varric would show a bit more restraint in his accounts of the evening. 顧問が誰かがちょっとわかんないですけど、こ
に入っても特に会話がなかったような気がしますね。どこに行けばいいのかがちょっとわからないんですが、でも探し出せいいのかな。
Really? You did not notice? I had no idea Lady Beverly was one of your people. You might have told me before I embarrassed myself.
とここに眠れるし、これでいいんですかね。
Adamant Fortress has stood against the Darkspawn since the time of the Second Blight.
Fortunately for us, that means it was built before the age of modern siege equipment. A good trebuchet will do major damage to those ancient walls. And thanks to our Lady Ambassador...
Lady Cyril of Jadar was pleased to lend the Inquisition her sabers. They've already delivered the trebuchets.
That is the good news.
And the bad news?
Erimond called the ritual at the western approach a test. He may already be raising his army of demons in the fortress.
The Inquisition forces can breach the gate, but if the Wardens already have their demons...
I found records of Adamant's construction. There are choke points we can use to limit the field of battle.
That's good. We may not be able to defeat them outright. But if we cut off reinforcements, we can carve you a path to Warden Commander Clarel.
So our plan is to lay siege to a legendary fortress filled with demons?
It'll be hard fought, no way around it. But we'll get that gate open.
It's also possible that some wardens may be sympathetic to our cause.
The warriors may be willing to listen to reason, though I doubt they will turn against Clarel directly. The mages, however, are slaves to Corypheus. They will fight to the death.
We've built the siege engines and readied our forces, Inquisitor. Give the word, and we march on Adamant.
では進んでみましょうか。今回もやはりいつものメンバーですかね。これでいきます。いつものメンバーです。
Fall back! They're through! All right, Inquisitor. You have your way in. Best make use of it. We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
I'll be fine. Just keep the men safe.
We'll do what we have to, Inquisitor. Warden Stroud will guard your back. Hawk is with our soldiers on the battlements. He's assisting them until you arrive. There's too much resistance on the walls. Our men on the ladders can't get a foothold. If you can clear out the enemies on the battlements, we'll cover your advance.
上に上がればいいのかな。こっちかな。なんかありますね。どこ行けばいいのかな。これはこれを行けばいいのかな。とりあえず進んでみましょうか。
Stay back! We will not be sacrificed for some insane ritual! Keep your distance! Rodden, turn off! We are not enemies! Why should I trust you, Stroud? You're a traitor to the Wardens. Clarel called for your death.
Don't be a fool. Do you think Stroud and I would join the Inquisition if it hated our Wardens? We're not demanding your surrender. Just fall back and let us deal with Clarel.
All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Clarel as you must. Well said. I had hoped some of them. Warden would listen to reason.
死を補充しておいて、選択肢が出たので選択肢が選べなかったですね。こっちの方でいいのかな。ここですかね。違うのかな。何か聞こえました。アイテムがありました。 なんかありますね。こっちは外れ？なんかアイテムがありました。よし、こっちこっちこっちこっちこっちです。こっちどうかな。逃げますね、敵が。
Clear the area around the ladder.
All clear! You can press on ahead, Your Worship. We'll clear a path for the rest of our forces.
全然使ってないのでいいですね、そのままで。開ければいいのかな。なんかでっかいのがいる。なんかこういう2つやってる。ここにもいるか。やられた。
Good work. Stay with my forces. See that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
こう行かないといけないのかな。この上は何があるんでしょうか。何もないですね。とにかくここ降りないからですね。降りたらあっ 違うな、外れたな、ここは外れですね。この上に行くのかな。こっちかな。違うか。違いますね。こっちか。こっちですかね。この辺に。ここは開けれる。開けれるけど、なんか落ちてますね。で、ここも開けれる。で、敵がいる。使っときましょうか。補充しておいて、アイテムがありますね。先進むのかな。
Wardens! We are betrayed by the very world we have sworn to protect!
The Inquisition is inside, Clarel. We have no time to stand on ceremony.
These men and women are giving their lives, Magister. That might mean little in Tevinter, but for the Wardens, it is a sacred duty. It has been many long years, my friend.
Too many, Clarel. If my sword arm can no longer serve the Wardens, then my blood will have to do.
It will.
Stop them! We must complete the ritual!
Clarel! If you complete that ritual, you're doing exactly what Aramond wants!
What? Fighting the Blight? Keeping the world safe from Darkspawn? Who wouldn't want that? And yes, the ritual requires blood sacrifice. Hate me for that if you must, but do not hate the Wardens for doing their duty!
We make the sacrifices no one else will. Our warriors die proudly for a world that will never thank them.
And then your Tevinter ally binds the mages to Corypheus!
Corypheus? But he's dead.
These people will say anything to shake your confidence, Clarel.
Bring it through!
Please! I have seen more than my share of blood magic. It is never worth the cost.
I trained half of you myself! Do not make me kill you to stop this madness!
Be ready with the ritual, Clarel. This demon is truly worthy of your strength.
Blackwall, can you talk some sense into them?
You don't know me, but you may have heard my name. Like you, I've given my life to the Grey Wardens. The first time I put on this armor, I felt like I belonged. Like I was part of something honorable. Something with a purpose. I know how good that feels. How safe. But fighting and dying here today won't stop the Blight. If you want to stop the Blight, kill that bastard up there. His master is the living embodiment of its corruption.
Clarel, we have come so far. You're the only one who can do this.
Perhaps we could test the truth of these charges to avoid more bloodshed.
Or perhaps I should bring in a more reliable ally. My master thought you might come here, Inquisitor. He sent me this to welcome you.
どこかな。
Clarel, wait.
Help the Inquisitor!
Dragons make things interesting.予想外のところからドラゴンの攻撃が来ますね。まだ攻撃してない。ここではドラゴンと戦う必要はないんですかね。しかし邪魔をしられることか。
You've destroyed the Grey Wardens.
You did that to yourself, you stupid bitch. All I did was dangle a little power before your eyes, and you couldn't wait to get your hands bloody. You could have served a new god.
I will never serve the Blight. Vigilance.
すごいな。おお。
Where are we?
We were falling. Is this... Are we dead?
No. The Inquisitor used the mark to open another rift. We fell through.
こんばんは。
I believe
こんばんは。
we're in the Fade.
The Fade looked much different the last time I was here.
The Fade itself is reacting to our presence here, much more strongly than I have ever seen before. Perhaps it's because we're here physically, instead of simply visiting in dreams.
The stories say you walked out of the Fade at Haven. Was it like this?
フェイドに来たですか。
どうなんでしょう、フェイドなんですかね、これは。シナリオっていうか、まあ、メインストーリーを進めてるところなんですけどね。
ここは結構面白い。
あ、そうなんですか。
This is shitty. I'll fight whatever you give me, boss. But nobody said nothing about getting dragged through the ass end of Demon Town.
In our world, the rift the demons came through was nearby, in the main hall. Can we escape the same way?
Let's find out. There, let's go.
フェイドというのは悪魔が住んでる世界なのかな。
So this is the true face of the Fade, behind the dreams and visions. Don't linger, my dear. I think the spirits dislike being
はい
unmasked.
ますね、なんか書いてね。あ、そういうことか。まだいいかな。
be something here. Better take a closer look.
なんかある。これかな？ろうそく。敵の恐怖を探せ。目的にはこっちの方なんですけど、上なのかな？これもろうそくじゃないのか。違うのか。あ、これさっき来たとこですね。こっちの方行ってみましょうか。何かな。どっかに敵が。こっちに回った今度。回り込んだとこかな。あそこですね。
マークは確認しよう。
マーク。あ、目的地のマークですね。
もうかなり過ぎちゃったですが。
過ぎたというのは何がでしょう。いろいろと探索しながら進んでみます。戻らないといけないね。あ、ここか。人だ。
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia. From the little I remember of what happened at Haven, I thought you were dead.
I fear the Divine is indeed dead. It is likely we face a spirit. Or a demon.
You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Surely you can understand our concerns and explain what you are.
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
The real Divine would have no way of knowing that I've been made Inquisitor.
I know, because I have examined memories like yours, stolen by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
How do we hurt it?
We should likely focus on escaping the Fade first.
You hurt it by escaping the Fade and leading your people against Corypheus.
That wasn't what I meant.
I know. But for now, it is the best answer I can give you. When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
What's going on here?
Bring forth the sacrifice.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people! Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me!
What's going on here?
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
So this was what? An accident? A random ricochet in the middle of a fight?
And if it was?
If it was, then neither the Maker nor Andraste were in any way involved in this. I'm just...
If you believe in the Maker, then you believe he made this world, and everything in it, including your accident. And if you do not, then nothing has changed. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
Those were Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Oh, I intend to.
Do you think that was truly the Divine?
Justinia was unarmed and unprepared. She could not have defended herself against the creatures of the Fade. Whether this is a kindly spirit or a demon fighting its rival for territory remains to be seen.
That's great and all, but the nightmare is the thing currently scaring the shit out of me.
A demon that steals fears from the minds of men. After what it did to my fellow wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
なんかいっぱいミッションというかクエストのマークというかがあるんですが、こっちじゃないのかな。あ、こっちじゃないか
Ah,
な。
we have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think the pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such fear? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
Guess this nightmare wasn't such hot shit after all.
These are lackeys. Worse could be coming.
Just let me have this moment to hope, all right?
どこかな。これかな。なんだ。結構広そうか。ここに行きましょうか。なんか
さっき取ったものもここと同じようにする。
ろうそくをさっきの光を示せみたいなところに置けばいいんですかね。多分。今反応したのどこだったの？あった。あれ？反応したのに消える。どうやったっけな。これですね。ちょっと戻らないとですね。
地図を見る。
ここなので戻っていかないとダメですね。この上マークは何か意味があるのかな。上がれるわけではない。 あれもう、折りがないとますな。あ、アイテムか。これ重要なやつですね。これの、ここか。2つ目。回復しておいた方がいいかな。さあ次は3つある。なんか登れそうな感じがするんですけどね。やっぱりなんかある。間違えた。上か。俺反応する割にはなんか上にあるのかな。この上、あそこにありますね。これですね、さっき反応してたのは。こっちのかなですね。なんかある。器用さプラス1。こっちどっちがいいかな。こっちが正解ルートっぽいので、正解ルートじゃない方から行きましょう。
What is that?
何回も同じことなのかな。
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. like Blackwall. There's nothing like a Grey Warden, and you are nothing like a Grey Warden.
I'll show you a warden's strength, beast.
The Kunari will make a lovely host for one of my minions. Or maybe I will ride his body myself.
I'd like to see you try.
狡猾さプラス1。これか。こんな感じですね。まだいい。失敗した。
What's it like living as an apostate, Vivian? Do you really think you'll reclaim your power in the circle? At your age?
Not one word.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? You're a failure, and your family died knowing it.
Of course, the fear demon would know where to hurt us most. We must ignore it.
Minor demons. Little fears scurrying to serve the nightmare and feed on its scraps.
And they take the form of spiders. Something so many fear.
You saw spiders? Spiders would have been a massive improvement from what I saw.
This is the Fade, my dears. Demons have no originality. They pluck their shapes from your thoughts.
Well, now I feel better.
一人一人操作して一箇所に集まる。
一箇所に集める。
範囲回復の時。
ああ、なるほど。なんかみんな勝手に動いてるんですけどね。
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger.
あと、ウィビエンヌは回復スキル取ったですか？
取ったと思うんですけどね、取ってなかったかな。
魔導騎士のスキルの
魔導騎士のスキルは取らせたんですけど、回復を取ったかどうかちょっと見てみないと覚えてないですね。覚えてないのかな。ちょっと見てみましょうか。気づいた。再生、これですね。撮ってますね。使ってみればいいのかな。動いてますね。全然使ってないですけど。そうか、回復スキルはいつでも
もっと重大な時に使いましょう。
はい。回数制限あるんですかね。この人またなんかいるけど。このヒーローナイトもまだ拾ってないな。見落としてるかな。
The breach back in Haven. That's how I escaped. It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then she died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit.
I think we all knew that was the case, Warden.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
Are you her? Did you linger here to help me instead of passing on?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Yes, Adamant, where the Inquisition faces an army of demons raised by the Wardens.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. Even without the influence of Corypheus, the Wardens go too far. They need to be checked.
They're a relic. The days of their usefulness have long since passed.
What are you saying? You want to get rid of the Wardens. Everyone makes mistakes. They would have died to save us.
Don't know that we can pass judgment on the only folks who know how to stop blights.
This debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
The nightmare has found us.
Form up. I'm with you.
We must follow the spirit imitating the divine. At least for now, she is our only means to escape the Fade.
行くしかないですね。さっきですね、これは。この人のアイテムはない。まだ敵がいる？
Warden's Shroud. How must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction. When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we will end this wretched beast.
さっきの人はタロットカードでいいのかな。あ、これでいいの。タロットカードでいいんだ。あとは手紙。鏡が見れるようになったかな。まだないか。あ、敵のドロップ品ですね。で、ここで鏡を見ると、今度は精神力がプラス1。
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
上に上がるべきなのかな。まっすぐが正解なんですかね。上行ってみましょうか、ちょっと。結構長い。上が正解のルート？ちょっとマップを確認します。いや、上は迂回するから、下が正解のルートっぽいですね。じゃあ、このままちょっと先進みましょうか。また、でっかいのが2体。
Shit, that's big. It feeds on our fear. Let it go hungry tonight.
For the Inquisition!
入ってないな。ここか。えらい近くに持ってる。どうした？これか。4つ目ね。回復のやつは回復スキルはビビエンヌの回復スキルは結構あんまり使えないんですかね。もしかして回数ちゃんと説明を読んでなかった。あ、フォーカスを消費するのか。なるほど。それで今使えないんですね。何かわかんないですけど発動させてしまいましたが、いいのかな、そうさせて。火をつけろ。火をつけろ。
声が小さくて何を言ってるか聞こえにくい。
あ、これ小さいですか？火をつけろと書かれてたけど、順番かなこれも。ちょっと何だ？やってるのか、この順番で。間違えた。間違い。これで真ん中かな？ てる。さあ次はなんかヒントあるのかなこれ。間違い。これで最後
これは根気よく選んでいくしかない。
ああ、やっぱりそうなんですね。ヒントないんですね。調べたらいいのかな。アイテムなんだ。なるほど。よいしょ。あれ、こっちは正解ルートかな、もしかして。敵が。あれ、これは先行ってしまいそうですね。ちょっとここに繋がるのかな、もしかして下から来ても違うか。ちょっと一回戻りましょう。どこまで戻らなきゃいけないんだかな。まだか。こっちですね。敵がいる。多分当たるのか。よいしょ、入ってみよう。アイテムが残ってましたね。これと
What's with the water? Trying to prey on my deep fear of having wet calves.
反応がありました。ああ、それかな。敵がまだいる。調査します。 なんかブラックホール自分自身、これかな、これですね。取れない、取れない、あ、言えた。トリガーのうまくセラミ、ゴール絶望、ブラックホール自分自身、パリックの両親の遊園見当違い、アイアンブル成功失うわ。なるほど。ここで、よいしょ。これかな。狡猾さプラス1。まだ敵がいる。鏡ですね。この鏡で筋力プラス1です。ここはないほど、こっちの方行ってないような気がしますけど、何もないかな。何もなさそうですね。ということは先へ進むということでいいのかな。こっちって言ったかな。あ、こっちか。これができないんですかね。あ、通じてましたね、やっぱり。まあ、先に雲をつけましょう。ああ、またでっかいのがいる。全然違うとこってる。まだいるのか。やったかな。あ、そっちか。止まったかな。まだいるのか。 もうこれを取るぐらいしかないかな。こうしておいて補充して先行ってみましょうか。全部見たかな。あ、なんかでもこれまだあるのは先か。先ですね。よいしょ。これかな。
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
あとはもう抜けるぐらいですかね。あ、でも、またセント入るのかな。ちょっと取る必要なので先行ってみましょうか。
We're almost there. Don't say it like that. That guarantees another demon is gonna show up.
セーブ。
セーブした方がいいんですか。
If you would, please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I fell for you too.
セーブする暇がなかったかな。セーブする暇なかったですね。
You are nothing.
一撃。
難易度は何でしたっけ？
何がですか？今なんか強烈やなこいつ。
難易度。
難易度は一番低いじゃない。ノーマルですね。確か。ノーマルでいいのかな。2番目のやつです。下から。
なら大丈夫でしょ。
You cannot stand against me.
どこかな。どこ？こっちか。ここか。あれ、当たるんや。なんか狙われてる。
You will die in agony.
倒したかな。あ、倒せました。アイテム嫌いなかった。
We need to clear a path. Go. I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A warden must
help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
これは難しい。
Stroud. Inquisitor, it has been an honor.
ひどい話だ。
For the warden!
ストラウドが無難だな。
ストラウドを残した方が、連れてった方が良かったんですか？フォークを連れてきてしまいました。
いや、ストラウドに死んでもらう。
じゃあ選択肢としては良かったんですかね。
Without the nightmare to control them, the mages are freed, and Corypheus loses his demon army. Though as far as they're all concerned, the Inquisitor broke the spell with the blessing of the Maker.
They came out of this alive. As far as I'm concerned, they can tell whatever stories they like.
I suppose you're right.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake. Where is Stroud?
Warden Stroud died, striking a blow against a servant of the Blight. We will honor his sacrifice, and remember how he exemplified the ideals of the Grey Wardens, even as Corypheus and his servants tried to destroy you all from within.
Inquisitor, we have no one left of any significant rank. What do we do now?
stay and do whatever you can to help. Stroud died for the ideals of the Wardens. In war, victory. And we are still at war. Do you believe the Wardens can still help?
I do, your worship.
You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
Are you flinging these fools at demons now, my dear? Couldn't you just use rocks?
While they do that, I'll inform the Wardens at Weishaupt what's happened. Best they not get caught off guard.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Good luck, Inquisitor. It's been an honor. And take care of Varric for me.
Hawk sent me one final report. He's on his way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. Hugh dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
At the time, it felt like a lot of running and escaping.
Either way, Corypheus lost the army he would have used to conquer Thedas. While you bested Corypheus here and at Halam Shiral, he himself was not present either time. We fear he's close to finding another way to enter the Fade. When you have a moment, Colin and Josephine are waiting in the war room with an update. What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She seemed calm, serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry. I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
高慢がもたらしたもの。なんか納品というか、レベル15に上がりました。確かどっかにこうじゃなくて納品用のテーブルはどこでしたっけ？下かな？お、これかな？あ、これですね。ここだけか。
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius's son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Are you all right?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
Were the two of you...
Felix and I? What an odd question. No. I had no intention of abusing Alexius's hospitality by seducing his son. Not that I've been proper my whole life by any means. It wasn't like that. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, you knew things could be better.
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately, in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
Grey Wardens have always been dangerous. They care for nothing beyond stopping the Darkspawn.
Like a fair maiden chasing a butterfly off a cliff. Except that if you hadn't stopped them, we'd all have fallen. Those fools and duty. Responsibility is not expertise. Action is not inherently superior to inaction. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
なんかびっくりマークありますね。気づけるか？
My Lady Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Winter.
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
Why exactly would you be contacting Dorian's family?
I didn't contact them, Inquisitor. They contacted me. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
Just what kind of meeting do they have in mind?
I believe they just want to talk, to understand why Dorian felt he had to come here. Somewhat private, away from Skyhold, but not in Tevinter. You make them nervous, I think. They don't understand why he's here with the Inquisition. They want him to come home.
What happens if Dorian doesn't agree?
Hopefully that will be the end of it. If not, well, that's why you should be there.
They don't want Dorian to know? That seems odd.
They believe the young man would refuse, and the letter implies he'd have cause. Yet, they are remorseful for whatever came before. This is a chance for dialogue. There is deceit in bringing the young man to this meeting without his foreknowledge, I know. But does it not lead to a greater kindness if there is potential for reconciliation?
Why would his family contact
ネタバレですが、黒壁とアイアングルの個人クエは重要。
I am not of the Imperial chant, but they know what I represent. These are parents concerned about the welfare of their son.
アイアンブルの方は全然進めてないですね、そういえば。ブラックウォールの方はちょっとは進めてるんですけど。
If any good can come of this, we must try.
Are you sure this isn't some kind of trap? I mean, the secrecy.
That did occur to me. What if it is a plot of those mages, the Venatori? Another reason to put this in your
コールもだが、まああまり使わないでしょうからいいかな。
そうですね。まあ、ブラックウォールとアイアンブルーは使うので、進めておいた方がいいかもしれないですね。
If you think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family.
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
あとはカレンかな。
カレン。ああ、カレンですね。なんか進めなきゃいけない人がいっぱいいますね。全員分ほんと進めた方がいいのかもしれないですけど。ドリアンの話。
この4人以外は、まあ放置でもなんとかなるはず。
今ドリアンの話が進みそうなんで進めてみましょうか。あれどこだったっけ。こっちか。
You have remarkably little here on early Tevinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
That's the Dorian I know, critiquing every book in my library.
I wouldn't have to, if you could find some rebellious heretic archivist to join the cause.
Are there rebellious archivists? Other than you, that is.
If Corypheus ever starts burning masterworks of literature, I'm sure a few will pop up. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
ドリアンとコールは本当に使わなかっ
When
た。
everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the abyssal rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
Stroud. It's gone.
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. That you made it out at all is a miracle. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
It would have been easier if you'd been with me.
Without question. But I'm rather glad I wasn't.
No sense of adventure. That's surprising.
I've not
まあ魔導士でやるのが面白いから
Not
ね。
everyone is as discerning as I. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
You don't number among them?
It's tempting, but I'm no fool. There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop.
こいつは女性は恋愛対象にならんですよ。
あ、そうなんですか。同性愛者なんですね、じゃあ。親密度だけ上げとけば多少は変わんのかなと。手紙について話せるんです。手紙について話すつもりでしたのに。
Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
That's something you'd like to do more often, then.
Watch as you twist an entire empire around your little finger. Yes, please. Of course, that leaves only Tevinter. And it wouldn't work as well there.
No? Why not?
Our dances are so much more intense. If an evening lacks a murder, we sniff and call it a ball. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father? I see. And what does Magister Hallwood want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter. I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
This could be the Venatori. Lure us somewhere remote, then an ambush.
Perhaps, although this does look like my father's penmanship. Or, could he have joined the Venatori? No, that can't. Well, anything is possible. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with the message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. But you're correct. They don't care for my choices, nor I for theirs.
Because you wouldn't get married? Because you left?
That too.
I think you should meet with this retainer. Find out what your family wants.
I didn't ask what you thought, did I? That was unworthy, I apologize. There'd be no harm in hearing what this man of my father's has to say. If I don't like it, however, I want to leave.
That works for me.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I show. We'll find out soon enough.
アイアンプルに会いに行ってみましょうか。そしたらどこだったかな。下の方にいたような気が。ここまでは行かない。ここかな。ブラックホールの方でこの辺やったような気がするんですが、ここですね。止めるかな。移動してみましょう。カサンドラはカサンドラとも話しておきましょうか。
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Liliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Liliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this.
The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars. This cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You're not the only candidate. What about Liliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
Your determination is admirable.
I do nothing that is not worth doing with all my heart.
It's your most attractive trait. We have more important things to worry about right now.
One day we must turn our thoughts to what comes after.
That's not today.
I suppose that is true. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
I am blue, I am blue, I am blue. What? サンド、クスロ。上にいるのかな。
あまりハートマークを乱発すると、本命の人が反発することがあったような気が。
あ、そうなんですか。まあ別に本命はないんで、なんだろう。
まあ本命もいないならどうでもいいですが。
全員の親密度を上げればいいかなと。
Again. Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen. Good one.
Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. Been a while since I needed it, but that nightmare demon was big.
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, all right? I need to get over this demon crap.
You're scared of demons?
Of course I'm scared of demons. Who in their right mind isn't? I mean, not like, oh, real demons. Big ones with fangs and crap. You're not gonna hit me, are you?
Is the stick covered in anti-demon charms or something?
Be nice if it was. For the Kunari, demons are the scariest thing out there. More so than dragons. Even mages. Possession, losing your mind. That's the worst thing that can happen to you.
Stop worrying. If you get possessed, I'll kill you.
Thanks. You think I'd have gotten over the superstitions from back home. I don't care about mages. Living so long out here, most Kunari would say I've already lost my mind.
相手が嫌がる回答は、なるべくやめた方がいい。
そうですね。でもどれを嫌がるかがちょっとまだ分かってなかったりするんですけどね。叩けばよかっただけらしいです。アイテムが8音かしら。アイアンブートはもう会話できないかな。
You're doing good work, boss. I like how this Inquisition is coming. Next time you're free, why don't you come grab a drink? I'll introduce you to the Chargers.
You said we should go get some drinks and meet your company?
Yeah, come on. It'll be fun. Ah, good. We're not drinking alone. How you doing, creme de la creme?
Your worship, I'm so glad he has someone new to hit with that joke.
Do you prefer Creme or Cremisius?
Creme's faster. The chief's nicknames usually end up sticking.
Hey, when I was growing up, my name was just this series of numbers. We all give each other nicknames under the Qun.
They ever wear shirts under the Qun, Chief? Or do they just run around binding their breasts like that?
It's a harness, Creme.
Yes, for your pillowy man bosoms. Let me know if you need help binding. You could really chisel something out of that overstuffed look.
Who are the others?
A lot of the Chargers went looking off for stronger drinks. Let's see, who's left? We've got Rocky and Skinner there. And over there are Stitches, Dalish, and Grim. Crazy bunch of assholes, but they're mine.
You really take in anyone, don't you?
Anyone who can carry their weight in a fight.
And who can put up with your bullshit, Chief?
Man can beat the Chargers, cause we'll hit you where it hurts. Unless you know a tavern with loose cards and looser skirts. For everybody battlefield will gladly raise a cup. No matter what tomorrow holds, the horns be pointing up.
Thanks for coming by, boss. Glad you could meet some of my team.
Are you sure?
Hey,
Yes,
that
sir.
elven redhead who makes the buns in the kitchen. Is she available? Because I'm getting signals.
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Q. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
And you're a spy?
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Not many people would have the courage to do that.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't give any of those bastards the satisfaction. The Ben Hassarth ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Sounds like you had a rough life under the Qun.
What, 3 meals a day and free sex whenever I need it? I came out here for the challenge, boss. Figured I'd rough it with you savages. Anyway, nice talking with you.
今度はブラックホールに会いに行きましょうか。下かな。そうですね。あ、そっちでいいのか。
He's in the Dales. He fights for the people. What people?
ブラックホールがどこにもいない。ブラックホールがどこにもいない。いないですね。
Finally, a place for the horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
Someone I knew once described Adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
They should have had your resolve, Blackwall. You've never faltered. You never will.
Before the Inquisition, before you, I had the Wardens. The vow I made to them. Before that vow, I had nothing. Was nothing. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
なんかクエストが発生してる。
To what do I owe this pleasure?
I wanted to thank you for accompanying me to that ruin. I wanted to. I just had to see you.
これは
No. This is wrong. I shouldn't even be here.
It doesn't feel wrong.
I want to give in. Make her knows how much I wish I could. I'm not what you want. I could never be what you deserve.
かなりロマンスが進行してる状態だね。
あ、やっぱりそうなんですか?
You're wrong. You're a good man.
Am I?
I see it.
There's nothing I can offer you. You'd have no life with me. But I need you to end this. Because I can't.
進めた方がいいかな? 進めましょうか。
I'm not letting you go.
We'll regret this, my lady.
Do you regret that?
.恋愛関係になるとどうなるんですかね。その辺がよく分かってないんですけど、まあ、親密度が上がるとなんかあるのかな。よいしょ。ではカモメトランタンで行けばいいんですかね。ドリアンの方を進めてみましょうか。
やってればわかります。
ああ、まあそうですね。カメとランタン。
黒壁を見に行っては。
あ、黒壁見に行った方がいいですか?
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
We're well loved in Orlais. Say the words and Empress Celine will send her support.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus's followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major
PT の
stronghold
重要人物だ
and
からね。
marched south to the Arbor Wilds. His army
そうです
clearly
ね。
wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you. This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
This belonged to my people?
I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
"どこでもドアのようなもんなんですかね。
これが一段落したら黒壁に行こう。
そうですね。
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
A useful trick.
For one who knows the way, certainly. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
What do you mean a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key?
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I was safe from those who hunted me, but only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the anchor.
He learned of the Alluvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
はここなんですね。中庭というか続くんですね。
A working nursery with not a space wasted. A want for nothing.
いろんなものがある。森がある。新しい種を植えれますかね。あれ、1個ずつしか植えれないのか。なんか植えた。何植えたんだ。もう一個。あれ、勝手に植えてますね。キャンセルしたはずなんですけど、まあいいか。なんかこっちの方に。上です。上の階ですね、これは。じゃあ、とりあえず、ブラックボールに会いに行ってみましょうか。これこうか。あれあれいないですね。ここか。ワープしてきますね。こっちかな。ありました。お話が進むのかな。
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
一大事が起きるはず。
一大事。
You're brooding.
I am not.
I like brooding.
I was thinking about when we went to the ruin, when we found the badge. Everything seemed clear then. Like I could do anything with you at my side. Anything. That's a hard word, you know. Means a lot.
We've good company and each other. Anything is just the beginning.
Not for me. I want you to know, if there is any good in my life, it came from you. You've been an inspiration. And so much more. I want to be the man you think I am.
Cute.
Inquisitor.
And you are?
The bartender, Cabot.
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
What's the word out there?
A few complaining that you've time to bed your allies. I don't judge. Much.
探しましょう。
As you were.
Come on, Krim. I'm working my ass off trying to get you to see that move.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
Do you want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against the shield bash. Anyway, the Ben Hasrath letter.
What did the
こっ
letter
ちも
say?
始まったか、
The
わ
Ben
ら。
Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori. And they really don't like Red Lyrium. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition, joining forces.
That could be a powerful alliance.
My people have never made a full-blown alliance with a foreign power before. This would be a big step. They found a massive Red Lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big warships in action.
このアイアンブルのクエは非常に重要。
Go get some water. They're worried about tipping the smugglers, so no army. My chargers, you, maybe some backup.
I think the Inquisition could use some help from the Qunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Cullen and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
最後の選択に気をつけること。
このイベントですか？最後の選択はお話はあんまりきっちり読んでないから自信がないですね。というか、あれ？
The funniest thing I've seen in
ブラッ
years.
クウォールはどこ行ったのかな？ かな。違うな。
黒壁は元のところ。
元のところ。
いつものところ。
こっちですかね。あれ違うか。
I should look around.
ここじゃないか。いないですね。酒場ではないですもんね。あれ
探す。
これか。
周辺調査をする。いつもの小屋の中。反応してるでしょ。
いや、これ反応はこれぐらいなんですけどね。
周辺調査で反応してるでしょ。
周辺調査で反応してるのは手紙だけなんですね、今。下にいるのかな。いや、いない。ああ、これか。これ、手紙ですね。
1階です。
あら。
The spy master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
Balroyo で処刑される。ああ、バルロヨ行けばいいのかな。
このイベントが起きれば、黒壁が永遠に消えることはなくなる。
え、これ他のメンバーも消えたりするんですか、途中で。
これが起きないと 永遠に消える。
バルロヨへ行かないとダメってことですね。ジャーナルに入ってるのかな。違うな。これにしなきゃいけないのかな。
露見。
はい。そう、これですね。バルローへ向かえということなので、バルローへ行けばいいんですね。
バルロヨに行く。
はい。
あ
あ。あれ
Any clues to his next move?
Some, but not enough for us to go on just yet.
すぐに出る。
マップから行けばいいのかな。
ここを出る。
ここから行けばいいかな。ここに行けばいいかな。
ここを出て、バルロヨに行く。
あ、映画変わった。ブラックホールの映画。アイアンプルとカサンドラとビゲンにしましょうか。ここかな。
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
So we're just waiting for Blackwall to turn up, right?
Look at all these people.
本拠地裁判でお好きなように。
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall!
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
で、なんか話がすごいことになっていってる。
Can you believe it? Tom Rainier himself.
You must know something about Rainier.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say, say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that.
フェイドで悪魔が黒壁はグレイワオーデンではない。と言ったのはこのこと。
ああ、なるほど。
Guess not.
移動できるんだ。
コリーフィウスだっけの呼び声にも黒壁は反応してなかった。
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
That was a brave thing you did, confessing.
You don't understand how terrible my crime was. Turning myself in was not brave. It was necessary. And it doesn't make up for the pain I caused. You weren't supposed to find me. You were just supposed to think I was gone. I didn't want you to see me like this.
I'm here now. Deal with me.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
Wouldn't you be happier thinking I was a nobleman? A Grey Warden? Instead of this, I would have saved you the pain of learning that all you knew about me was a lie. That you loved a lie.
There was truth to what we had. And there is good in you. I have to believe that.
I didn't think we had anything more to talk about.
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valshavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a dark spawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
カレンと今後について相談する。
はい。
It was never really yours, was it?
No. It belonged to him. I was going to tell you the truth. When we went there, I wanted to explain why I couldn't be with you. But you found Blackwall's badge and I lost my nerve. You wanted me to be him. I wanted to be him. To even imagine that I could replace that man.
Not saying I disagree. Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valshavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there's no proof that I've been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who is he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
I need to know the details of what you did, who you killed, why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, Ulf Gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chuckwe. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered?
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
But you weren't at war. Not really.
I've been on enough battlefields to know the same crime at the right time would have earned a medal. But that's what I did, and why I deserve to be here.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question, just as your men trust you.
Armies are weapons. Weapons don't wield themselves.
Weapons don't have lives, families, dreams. An army is not just a weapon.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
That's all for now.
have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape. I'm sorry. I know what he meant to you.
Let me guess. Our spy master had this lying around somewhere, didn't she?
It would have been difficult for anyone to connect Blackwall to Rainier. Even Liliana has something of a blind spot when it comes to wardens. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
What do you think of the Inquisition now? Their fortunes have certainly changed.
It's still very dangerous to send weapons all the way to Skyhold.
Any merchant willing to make the trip.
違う、この人じゃない。別の回かな。
このイベントを起こし損ねて黒壁が消える状態に初回は良くなる。
上の階なんですね、このびっくりマークの人。どっから上がるんだ？こっちかな。
You would not believe the number of alliances.
In the Inquisition? Red Jenny? How's that fit?
She's making sure.
こっちかな。上がれないですね。あれ？どっか上がるんだったかな。
本拠地に帰り、作戦テーブル。
はい、ちょっとこのメアリデンっていうのが気になるので上がろうかなと思ってたんですけど、なんかこの人に会えないな。この人ね。話しかけれない。消えた。戻ったらいいか。消えちゃいましたね、びっくりマークが。
メアリデンは本拠地酒場で話ができる状態になる。
ああ、なるほど。何のリアクションもなく行っちゃうんですね。
それ以外で話せる状態には私はなったことがない。
こっちで行って。
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
これで審判すればいいのかな。これでレーニをさばけばいいんですね。レーニアだけかな。なんかその前にも言ったような気がするんですけど。
裁判です。
I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Once the world is back to normal, no one will even remember this.
仲間を続けるか、恋愛を続けるか決める。
I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
戦いごとレーニをオーデンに引き渡す。これでいいのかな。使いさせましょう。
You are in the Inquisition's debt, and you will be what the Inquisition requires. We benefit from the appearance of having a warden on our side, and so you will remain Blackwall. You will say nothing of Rainier, and neither will we.
So I am to live the lie until you release me from it.
That won't happen.
Very well. I will serve you with a humble heart till death or dismissal.
普通は罪償うならでしょわら。
普通なんですかね、それが。まだなんか心配しなきゃいけないのがあるのかな。
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head, in more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Many places felt the pain of adamant.
次はアイアングルのイベントだね。
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life.
これは最後の選択が非常に重要。
Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
それじゃ寝ます。
あ、はい、お疲れさん。
Lord Erimond, any protection you thought you had has apparently been withdrawn. You will die. By my hand.
Petty actions. Truth lies in the next world.
これでよかったのか。悩んでしまいますね。ブラックホールに会いに行ってみましょうか。
I'm surprised you took the time to investigate the ruins I mentioned. I assumed you and I had nothing in common. I might have been wrong.
You barely know me. Don't assume we can't be friends yet.
Best not to judge by appearances, I suppose.
Let's talk about you. The truth this time.
If we must.
Tell me about your time as a soldier.
I served in the Imperial Army. I distinguished myself there, earned respect, the loyalty of my men. And then I threw it all away. Betrayed my own side for gold. Only gold.
Did you have a family? A wife? Children?
No. I've never been suited to that kind of life. Maybe I don't deserve it.
So you're actually Orlesian?
Well, didn't I say that I was from Markham in the Free Marches?
I didn't lie about that. I spent my childhood there, and then Ole called to me. Markham seemed lifeless, colorless in comparison.
You were on the run from the authorities, weren't you?
Yes. I made my living as a hired sword. Spent most of my coin on drink. I never stayed in one place for long. Had to keep moving. I got to see much of Ole that way. I saw what men like me had done to this great empire. It was a shock. Seeing it up close. Hearing the stories. It's one thing to hear the news from afar. Another to actually be there.
We'll continue this another time.
Warden Blackwall, at your service.
Why so bitter? You made your bed.
Oh, I'm aware of that. But do feel free to rub it in my face whenever possible. I'd hate to deprive you of that particular pleasure.
You seem to have a problem with me.
You know I serve you in the Inquisition. You command me as you wish. But we aren't friends. We never will be. And I believe your time would be better spent elsewhere.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
I'm sure I do. I'm also sure it's none of your business.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. Supporting you, however, is another matter.
嫌われてしまったようですね。
What do you think of my advisors?
I respect them enough not to speak behind their backs.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
残念ながら嫌われてしまったようです。
Your worship. Soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short, and fighting. I saw one soldier reach for his belt like he was going to draw a dagger on the man he was arguing with.
Were you there? Did you see what they did?
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Let me guess, you're composing a love poem.
I couldn't, not even if my life depended on it.
It's not that hard.
Yes, it is. Poetry takes finesse, it takes grace.
You think you don't have those things?
Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He led the Wardens near Kirkwall. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
You must be glad that Hawk made it back in one piece.
Yeah. Closest thing I've ever seen to a miracle there. Oh, Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where he's going. I'll have to let Carver know. I'm sure he'll take it well. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Hear what they did with the wall?
That was their order.
Well, yeah, right.
No, it wasn't. The crime was violent.
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition.
Anything else?
She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother.
That does sound like her.
Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention.
You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Nevada, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor. In front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Gennard still won't respond to our letters. And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montelier.
Goodness. I'm glad I haven't wasted your day. Well, I've taken up quite enough of your time already. Until next time, Your Worship.
好感度を上げるためにいろんな人と話しておりますが、さっき誰だったっけな、ドリアンが男の人にしか興味がないっていうのように、もしかしたら登場人物の中で女の人にしか興味がない女の人もいるんですかね。というか、まあ同性同士で恋愛関係を結べれるんですかね、このゲームは。なかなかすごいなと思ってしまいますが、とりあえず本日はそろそろ終了したいと思います。本日の、実況はここまでです。それではまた次回、お会いしましょう。実況をご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではおやすみなさい。